Oh, thank you, Father. Man, if you guys haven't heard it yet, one of the heaviest anointed songs in the world. I know there's a lot of stuff coming out, recently of, people casting out demons and, setting people free from demons and all that. Whoa. And that stuff's cool and all that, but the focus should be the kingdom, the Father, knowing your Father, knowing your Lord. And walking in what the Lord has created you to be. Thank you, Father. So, a lot of people try to use the excuse of, we battle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities and powers and rulers of the air. But what exactly are those? They assume that they're demons and devils. That is not true. Satan does not own the second heavens. He doesn't. What he did is he created his realm out of the second heavens. And you just got to learn how to close your eye to that place. The principalities are actual principles that have been set up by you and by God. Like when that angel was coming over and had to deal with the principality over Persia, right? What it is that was an angel that was in charge of the principle that God laid up in the heavens, that the children of Israel shall be captive for 70 years. And that angel is in charge of making sure that principle, that principality would come through. Ever been to people's houses and you notice it's like, wow, it's like, I don't know why I'm thinking like this or, acting this way or feeling this way. This is something I've already walked through. Like, for instance, I'd go into people's houses and I noticed, I was like, whoa, I was like, man, the revelation of the Father isn't as thick in here. And I think it was me backsliding before I really understood what was going on. When actually, it was that those people whose house I was over didn't have that deep of a revelation of the Father. And so I would actively choose to walk in the revelation that God has given me and establish the principle, destroying their principle, destroying that false narrative that was controlling them in the atmosphere. And I would establish the principle of you are one with the Father. By my belief and by the energy of who I am, I would establish the principle of who the Father really is and who they are in their house, and would help them to walk in that revelation. And by those principles being established, the angels are actually able to work with that principle and help minister to that person to bring them up into maturity. Whoa. And so who are the powers and the rulers of the air? You are the ruler. You are the power. You give the enemy the right, or you give God the right to rule through you by your choice, by your belief. The enemy cannot do anything. He can't. He does not have that authority. He does not have the authority to touch you. Whosoever shall come near the Lord's mountain shall be struck down. Who's the Lord's mountain? You. The enemy does not have the authority to touch you. A lot of people try to use the excuse, well, Satan's just after me, like, bro. First of all, he's not omnipresent, all right? And second, he does not have the authority. Most of the things that you go through based off of James, the book of James, are their own wickedness, their own wicked desires within you that come up, that test you. And if you choose not to give into them, but to give into who you're created to be, you shall be rewarded the crown of life. Everything that comes against you is not a demon and a devil. It's just different pathways of belief and either good or bad that you have worked to walk through that come up inside of your life. So those bad things that you have learned to walk through, just choose not to give into them. It's not a demon or a devil, right? It's the stuff that you're used to doing. So even if you understand and listen to these people who even, who walked in Satanism and all that, it was, Satan's always like, hey, I'll give you this I'll give you this if. Why? Why doesn't Satan just do it? Because he can't. He can't. He's not powerful. You're powerful. You are the ruler. You are the power. So most of the things that we struggle with are the things that other people have allowed through their life to rule in the area. Those are the powers that we have come against. And we just learn to correct the mindset, learn to correct the principalities. As a wicked principality gives demons the right to work with that. A righteous principality gives angels the right to work with that, based on what you and other people establish in the heavens. So don't go down this wicked teaching of everyone is demonized. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. All right? And that's not the focus. Bless you guys.